This is Mark. He's married in community of property to Justine, and they have 2 kids aged 10 and 12. Like only 20% of South Africans, Mark has drafted a will. In his will, he leaves everything he has to Justine. If she also dies, their combined estates will go into a testamentary trust until the children are 21. It sounds reasonable until you calculate the real cost of dying. Mark's gross executable estate is made up of his home, investments, cars and other assets, and a policy to cover his bond. Because he's married in community of property, Justine's assets of 1.5 million rand are included in their estate total. But let's look at the costs incurred when Mark dies. This is the actual value of his assets that were for distribution, but 251,563 rands is needed for the executor's fees. But Mark's properties also need to be transferred to Justine, which means another 31,108 rand in attorney conveyance fees. Add to the growing cost estate expenses like master's fees, advertisements, disbursements and property clearances. Justine will have to find the money somewhere. Don't forget, there are also professional fees for administering Mark's life policies, retirement benefits and offshore investments worth 2 million rand. That's another 17,250 rand gone in fees. Already a substantial chunk of Mark's legacy is gone, and they don't include the cost of a funeral or the family's everyday living costs. The executor will need to find them somewhere while the estate is wound up. But things can get a lot worse for their children if Justine dies at the same time as Mark or soon after. If Mark and Justine both die, inheritance taxes that include estate duty and capital gains tax are triggered, a whopping 464,800 rand. Plus, there are annual trustee fees for the Children's Testamentary Trust, calculated at 0.75% plus VAT of the trust asset value per annum, with their compound effect being enormous. Mark's assets started at 3.75 million rand, excluding his 1 million rand life cover, but the cost of his death means he's lost 10% if he dies and 40% if he and Justine die. The available cash in his estate is all but depleted. Mark's family might have to part with their life insurance payout or borrow money to pay the cash shortfall, or his beneficiaries might have to sell their home or other assets to release the cash. For as little as 135 rand per month, the Legacy Protection Plan solves every one of these problems and protects your family from this dire situation. And even if your estate isn't exactly like Mark's, the Legacy Protection Plan is agile and flexible enough to adapt to your unique legacy.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me right here in Solomon's Temple. Good morning to you, depending on what part of the world you are. Good morning to you. I'm not sure where you're watching from, but good morning. Good morning to everyone. Some people are watching from, what is that? Abu Dhabi. Thank you. Ehedun is watching from Abu Dhabi in Dubai. Greetings to you. Jean-Marie, all the way from Antigua in the West Indies. Tato, good to have you here. Denayo, Fantasanko from Freetown, Sierra Leone. Good morning to you too. Thank you, guys. I really want to appreciate each and every one of you that not just gave, but listened to and watched the interview that I did 2 days ago with Ken Comfort, who was scammed by a deacon in Christ embassy who ran a Ponzi scheme, and she lost everything. She almost felt like that's the end of life, so she wanted to end it all. She lost her car that she was given to, and she is like almost the sole provider to her sick mother. And you can understand that. So at the course of that interview, Emmanuel Utomi actually suggested we raise some money for her. And I'm really glad that we've raised over 100,000 Naira for her already. And people promising to support her monthly, and people promising to give her an alternative accommodation, because where the estate where she lives in, the same woman lives in there. And this is a woman that carries bodyguards. She has money. She's flamboyant. But how would somebody use church as a platform to deceive and defraud people? Deaconess, what's her first name again? Emisi, Victoria Emisi, is that it? That is just so despicable. So thank you so much, guys, and all the guys who want to support her, please keep supporting her. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. So I'm doing a follow-up story on Kwanele Foundation's Sihle Sibisi. Now, first, the news came out in IOL that she was an intruder into the palace of the king of Zulu. And she, and she's also, making money from people based on that article. She's also making money from people and asking people to pay her basically so she could allow them see the king. That's what they said. And I actually spoke to one of the person who actually paid her to see the king. And after paying her to see the king and she saw the king, she now demanded, she now sort of like said, look, someone is offering me 200,000 rand. If you can offer me 200,000 rand, then we could do business too. The proofs are there. And she mentioned the name of this businesswoman and the businesswoman. And the businesswoman has actually sent her a warning letter from her lawyers because this businesswoman has nothing to do with this. She point blank stated the truth of her truth. This is what transpired between you and I. And I have seen evidences where there was some sort of indirectly asking for money. So according to this businesswoman, that's what happened. And now, just this morning, all over in front of the newspaper in South Africa, the Zulu Royal House is actually standing by the fact that Sihle Sibisi is an intruder and an extortionist. She's an extortionist. That's what the article said. I'm going to read that to you. Why is the Zulu Royal House now responding? Why does the Zulu Royal House have to comment? Because 2 days ago or so, she made a video where she actually called my name. She not called my name, she mentioned me. She made a video where she said she was embraced by the Zulu Royal House. She showed videos and pictures with the king. Pictures, videos of her and her kids with the king, at the Zulu Royal House. So what sane person would show videos of her children in that kind of live video that she made? It's not right for you to show. I'm in possession of those videos, but I never really put it out there. So she wanted to prove that no, the Zulu Royal House has embraced me. I'm a part of it. I'm a part of the Zulu Royal House. They know me. Why should they say I'm an intruder? Why should people say I'm an intruder? So instead of going to the Zulu Royal House spokesperson and say, why are you saying I'm an intruder? She went to the newspaper and now claimed that the journalist who wrote that article was lying. But now the Zulu Royal House have given another statement saying, no, she is just not an intruder. She's an extortionist. But she came with videos trying to clean her name. Now, if you know Sihle, when it comes to crying, to get to, I've seen her cry a lot of times, and I question her crying. She's a good actress. She wants to insist, why do you have to go to a journalist? And she came and lied and said that the Zulu Royal House embraced her. But now the Zulu Royal House is saying, no, she's an intruder, an extortionist. She even got to a place where she said that the journalists and the newspaper are going to apologize, or they want to apologize to her. But that's not what it is. I spoke to the journalist. They have no reason to apologize to her. Matter of fact, they went ahead and wrote another article. Why do you think if they want to apologize to her, they will go ahead and write another article about her? No. They don't have any intention of apologizing. She came and played audio and that she recorded. And what sane person just sort of like records people left, right, and center? Let me play to you. Let me show you what this is what the Zulu Royal House says. It says it stands by its assertion that controversial women rights activist Sihle Sibisi is an intruder and extortionist who forced her way into the royal house hall and started misbehaving. She forced her way. This following a story by the Star last week that Sibisi was accused of intruding into the royal house and even sitting in meetings with the king. Now, whatever her relationship with the king is, I have evidences, right? But we have to try to define what is an intruder? Who is an intruder? And in this context, what are we talking about? So I went to Cambridge Dictionary. English is not our first language. So if we want to understand English, we have to do it the way English do it. An intruder is someone who is in a place or situation where they are not wanted. So either you are in a place where you're not wanted, or you are in a situation where you're not wanted. So an intruder is not just somebody that came into your house without following protocol or without your knowledge. No. But it's intruder can be a person who came into a situation where they are not wanted. So what does that mean? It means when she goes into meetings and sits with the king, she's not wanted. She's not part of the royal family. It means if she goes and asks people to pay for money for them to see the king, they pay her money for her to see the king. It means she is an intruder because she is not wanted in that situation. Now, this is what the newspaper said. This is what the businesswoman also said. So, her trying to defend herself, the best form of defense that she could create is to actually go to the Zulu Royal House. So the Zulu Royal House, the king could issue a statement to say, no, she is not an intruder. She was our guest, or she is a part of the family, because I heard that allegedly that she's saying that she in the newspaper article that she's getting married to the king, or she's a wife to the king. It's in the newspaper article. You can check it out. But the Zulu Royal House is giving statements after statements, but she's not going after them. It makes me think that if you cannot go straight to the Zulu Royal House, who confirmed that you are an intruder and an extortionist, then there is a problem. You know where is wrong. Now you're going after people, you're just mentioning people here and there. Sihle Sibisi came out and was crying crocodile tears, empty tears. I'm not going to allow myself to be manipulated by those tears. I've seen those tears way over and over again. She was showing photos of here, photos of there. Yeah, you can have a photo with the king, or you can you're in the royal house or whatever is going on between you and the king. The fact that you got to a place where you're attending meetings, or you got to a place where you are asking directly or indirectly money from people to see the king, that makes you an intruder or an extortionist. That's what the article is saying. And sadly, this is a woman who claimed to champion the cause of women's rights and protect victims of abuse in the church. Far from it. Far from it. She came out making videos. Yesterday night, I heard she made a video, obviously because she knew this article was going to come out today. I have files and files and files on Sihle Sibisi. He's going to be coming out one by one. not just with the royal family. Files and files. More people are coming out to me again. You would be shocked. She wants to clear her name. Sihle Sibisi, for me, after she took me to court and created a lie to shut me up, I concluded that this woman is a manipulator. This woman is a liar, chronic liar. This woman is an actor. After she took me to court, she created a story, start to finish, to silence me. Because she doesn't want me to, in the future, when I get stories like this, I wouldn't be able to say it because she wanted to silence me and get a protection order. So wherever I go, I would always tell the story of the fact that Sihle Sibisi is a liar because she took me to court. Wherever I go, she's a liar. She created a story from start to finish. Created text messages that don't exist. Created phone calls, evidences that never existed. The court told her, no, we don't believe in what you said. We don't believe in all this. We believe him. We don't believe you. She came with attorneys. I didn't go with attorneys. I went by myself. Why should I take an attorney to go defend me in a case where I knew this woman was lying from start to finish? And because of that, I concluded this woman, she's a chronic liar. I just came from Douglasdale police station, and you would not believe what I heard about Sihle Sibisi at Douglasdale police station. Santon police station. You would not believe what I had. I told you, I got files on her, and it will be coming out. So the fact is, this newspaper article, what the king is saying through the spokesperson of the Zulu Royal House is, this woman is an extortionist and an intruder. That is the end of story. Basically saying that they don't understand how she would go and sit in meetings. They don't understand how she would present herself as the king's wife or wife to be. They don't understand that. What is Sihle Sibisi really angry about? Is it about her image, her reputation? Or is it about the fact that she was exposed? What is she really angry about? I've interviewed Sihle Sibisi before, and she was telling me she slept with this pastor, she slept with this man, and I was like, Sisi, you can't be going and sleeping around. It's there. The video is there for you to see. It's wrong for you to be going and sleeping around like this with men. You don't just give them for easy and for free. In Lagos, Nigeria, TB Joshua's place, she slept. She said she slept with this man. And again, she said she slept with some pastor in Soweto. I mean, these are like the few she told me, maybe. Maybe there's even much more. And she came out and just showing you her photos with the king, her photos with the king in the game drive and this and that. How did she get there? What the statement said, this woman came into the Zulu Royal House and she was misbehaving. Do you know how many people are in the Zulu Royal House? And when she got in there, she was misbehaving. What does it say? It's clear that there is she has crossed the line. She is not a royalty. So they said she is an intruder. It means she was acting as a royalty when she's not. Context, people. Context. English is not our first language, but let's try to understand things in context. So I would take what Sihle Sibisi said with a pinch of salt. I never believe her. Now, she can cry blood, she can cry tears for 3 days. I would never believe that woman. Because for me, after she took me to court, that woman, I concluded that woman is a chronic liar. A chronic liar. For her to sit down and cook a lie start to finish. And again, like I said, if she wants to try it out with me, I got files. It's going to be coming out. It's as simple as that. Because one of the things that I hate to see I hate to see liars trying to think they trying to say and to defend themselves that they're not liars. Chronic liar. Like her. I've seen her. I still have all the evidences, accusations that she accused me with. I still have everything. But don't give this woman an audience. She doesn't deserve it. If you know this woman behind the scene, you would know that Satan is at work. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you. Please make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you again later.